संकीर्तन की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेमानंद। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा पदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण नमस्ते सरस्वती नमः प्रचारम ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टं प्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। शृण्वतां स्वकथं कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनं हृदयन्तस्तो हि अभद्राणि विभूति सुरसः।
People are saying that they cannot hear. Can you please hear? I just turned it on. Come up the volume. Can you hear now?
Yes, bro, we can hear.
Okay, they will be hearing. Okay, good. And yeah, that will be it.
Thank you everyone for joining this morning. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, The Son of Drona Punished. Verse number 33. Tat asadya tarasa Narunam Gautami Sutam Babandhamarshvatam Raksha Pashum Rashanaya Yatha Tat asadya tarasa Narunam Gautami Sutam Babandhamarshvatam Raksha Pashum Rashanaya Yatha. Anyone want to? Tat asadya tarasa Narunam Gautami Sutam Babandhamarshvatam Raksha Pashum Rashanaya Yatha.
Tatra asadya tarasa Narunam Gautami Sutam
Narunam Gautami Sutam Babandhamarshvatam Raksha Pashum Rashanaya Yatha. Narunam Gautami Sutam Babandhamarshvatam Raksha Pashum Rashanaya Yatha. Tata, thereupon, Asadya, arrested, Tarasa, dexterously, Darunam, dangerous, Gautami Sutam, the son of Gautami, Babandha, bound up, Amarsha, angry, Tamaraksha, with copper red eyes, Pashun, animal, Rashanaya, by ropes, Yatha, as it were. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger like two red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and bound him with ropes like an animal. Purport by His Divine Grace. Ashwathama's mother, Kripi, was born in the family of Gautama. The significant point in this shloka is that Ashwathama was caught and bound up with ropes like an animal. According to Sridhara Swami, Arjuna was obliged to catch this son of a Brahmana like an animal as part of his duty, dharma. This suggestion by Sridhara Swami is also confirmed in the later statement of Sri Krishna. Ashwathama was a bona fide son of Dronacharya and Kripi, but because he had degraded himself to a lower status of life, it was proper to treat him as an animal and not as a Brahmana. See that Srila Prabhupada in this purport is saying the significant point in this shloka is that Ashwathama was caught and bound up with ropes like an animal. Why like an animal, right? If we question, Ashwathama is a Brahmana who is born to Dronacharya and Kripi. Dronacharya was the Shastra Guru of Kauravas and Pandavas and many other such warriors. And he was born in a very great lineage of Gautama, and whose mother was from the lineage of Gautama. Then he degraded to the lower status. Let us see why he was degraded. First of all, he was a Brahmana and he took up the role of Kshatriya, which is already a lower status. But even within that, what did he do to be treated like an animal? There are many warriors in our history, we see that who were Brahmanas and took up a role of Kshatriya. But what in particular Ashwatthama did, so he was treated like an animal. Ashwatthama was on the side of Duryodhana, who was adharmic. We see that he he did so many atrocities on Pandavas. They exiled Pandavas to the forest. They tried to kill them in many different ways. Series of dangers they had to undergo because of Duryodhana and Kauravas. And he was standing on their side, which is the adharmic side. He's standing opposite to Krishna. So it is already a sign of being in the wrong side. Although we see that there are many other warriors who were also on the side of Kauravas, like Bhishma Pitama. He was a great soldier, he was duty bound. But when you look at Ashwatthama, what did he do? When he saw Duryodhana on the battlefield collapse to the grounds, he was filled with anger, seeing his master collapse to the ground. Not only that, he also remembered that his father, Dronacharya, was being killed by Pandavas deceitfully. That's what he is thinking. But he all forgot about all the dangers Pandavas had to undergo because of the Kauravas. And Bhima, he thinks that he was killed deceitfully because he was hit on the thigh. He forgot that Draupadi has cursed Duryodhana when he showed his thigh to sit on his lap. That's when Draupadi curses Duryodhana. And Bhima takes an oath to kill Duryodhana by breaking his thighs. And thereafter, Sage Maitreya also curses Duryodhana. When he goes to Duryodhana to reason and to make peace with Pandavas, he suggests Duryodhana to make peace with the Pandavas. But he would not agree to return the kingdom of Hastinapura to Pandavas. And he insults Sage Maitreya by smitting on his thighs. And that's when Sage Maitreya also curses Duryodhana, so he be killed when he'll be hit on his thighs. So because of the curses and because of all the atrocities that he has done, he undergoes such a painful situation in the battlefield. And Ashwatthama, without realizing that, he thinks that his master has been deceitfully killed. Also, Dronacharya, when he was in the battlefield, when he became the commander-in-chief after Bhishma's falling down on the bed of arrows, Dronacharya was unstoppable. At that time, Krishna gives a strategy to the Pandavas how to kill Dronacharya. So he suggests Yudhishthira, who is known to be truthful king and who never lies, to say that Ashwatthama, who is also the name of elephant, is being killed, but he should not utter the elephant when he says that in front of Dronacharya. So he goes in front of Dronacharya and utters whatever Krishna said. Ashwatthama hato hataha. Kunjaraha is elephant, which he quietly says. so that Dronacharya doesn't hear that word towards the end. And thus, hearing these words from Yudhishthira, who is a Dharmaraj, who never lies, who is always truthful, and hearing these words from Yudhishthira, grief overcomes onto Dronacharya. He could not stop grieving, and he gives up his weapons. At that time, Drishtadyumna attacks Dronacharya, and thus he gets killed. And Ashwatthama, seeing and thinking of all these deceitful strategies, in his opinion, drives him in anger. And now he, in the battlefield at the feet of Duryodhana, he is wanting to take revenge on Pandavas. He wants to kill the Pandavas. At this time, Ashwatthama asked Duryodhana to make him commander-in-chief. And so Duryodhana makes him commander-in-chief. And there were other two, Kripacharya and Kritavarma, who were also part of his team now. Only 3 people are left on his side, and he wants to fight with the Pandavas and kill them. Now, with these thoughts, with anger and avengeful thoughts, they go and make their prayers and wanted to rest, get ready for the next day morning. They were waiting for the sunrise. Kripacharya and Kritavarma both fall asleep, but Ashwatthama, raging in anger and avengeful thoughts, cannot sleep. Now, in these avengeful thoughts, he looks up on a tree where thousands of crows were sleeping. And silently, one big owl comes and it silently kills the crows sleeping on the tree. Many flew away in fear, and many fall down at his feet on the ground. Seeing this scene, he gets a thought that he should do the same with the Pandavas. He should get the Pandavas, kill them while they are in the sleep. If we look at this scene, we understand that how when you have avengeful thoughts and anger has overtaken your intelligence, and also the destiny, according to your desire and karma, it gives the path towards in that direction. Now he just want to follow his idea and thought, and he shares his idea with Kripacharya and Kritavarma. Both being warriors, they do not agree to what Ashwatthama shares with them. They refuse to do it, and they also advise him not to go in that direction. But Ashwatthama was never to listen to anybody. He just wanted to do what he has decided. And whether they accompany him or not, he started off to Pandava's camp. Since Kripacharya and Kritavarma are on the side of Kauravas, they also go behind him and accompany him, since he is their commander-in-chief and want to follow his direction. Now Ashwatthama goes inside the Pandava camp, and Kritavarma and Kripacharya stands outside saying that they will kill anyone who try to escape from the Pandava camp. Ashwatthama goes inside and kills 5 people sleeping without knowing who they are, thinking that they are Pandavas. He kills them. He goes on killing all the warriors in the camp, in the other tents. Ruthlessly, he gets Drishtadyumna. He mercilessly attacks all of them, and there was ocean of blood and bodies all over the place. And towards that time, he thinks he need to show the proof that the Pandavas are killed. He severs the heads of the Pandavas to show them to Duryodhana. At that time, he finds that these are not Pandavas, but these are sons of Draupadi who he killed. He do not leave anyone in the Pandava camp. Then he returns to Duryodhana, which Duryodhana, seeing, gets very displeased. So we see that Ashwatthama in all these, how ruthless, merciless, and with avengeful thoughts, he destroys everyone. And where is the Brahmana in him? Brahmanas are meant to be tolerant, peaceful, wise, and he didn't show any of these qualities. So it was just for Arjuna to capture him and bound him with ropes like an animal. He didn't stop there. Ashwatthama went on with his thoughts. He knew that Draupadi's sons are killed, Pandavas will not remain silent. So now Pandavas are after Ashwatthama. Knowing this fact, he releases Brahmastra without even thinking that Brahmastra could destroy the entire world. And he did not have the complete knowledge of Brahmastra. He didn't know. He didn't know how to withdraw the Brahmastra. Then Krishna advises Arjuna to release his Brahmastra on praying and counteract Ashwatthama's astra. Later on, Arjuna releases another weapon to bound Ashwatthama. That's how he gets captured, and that's how he is dragged like an animal. Just befitting to him. Even after all these, we see that Pandavas are very merciful. Arjuna did not kill, does not say it here, he killed. He only bounds him, even after 5 of his sons were killed. So here, Sridhar Swami is also confirming in his statement how he is being degraded and how he is being treated as an animal and not as a Brahmana. We see that when Krishna descends to the earth with different purposes, one of the purpose is to destroy the miscreants. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma sansthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. So he descends to destroy the miscreants. And no one will be spared when he took the sankalpa to destroy. If he decides to kill somebody, no one can protect him. If he decides to protect someone, no one can kill him. That's exactly what happened in the battlefield. He was on the side of the Pandavas, although he did not take any weapons. But he was all the time protecting his devotees. And whereas all the miscreants, all the dushtas, he kills. He strategically kills everyone. Although there were many other instruments, but it is Krishna's plan to remove all these dushtas from the earth and relieve the burden of the earth. From this, we learn that how our holy name protects us in any situations, and how Ashwatthama's thoughts got converted into action. He just had a thought to kill Pandavas, but destiny, his karma, and his desire led him to such a heinous act. So, in order to burn such type of thoughts, holy name helps us to purify our heart, to purify our mind from such negative thoughts, negative emotions, and put an end to that. I have one more slide here where I took it from Nectar of Instruction 7. Syat Krishna Nama Charitadi Sitapi Avidya Pittopataptarasanasya Narochikano Kintva Adarat Anudinam Kalushaiva Jushta Swadvikramat Bhavati Tadgada Mula Hantri. The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya, ignorance, cannot taste anything sweet. It is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue, and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So, when we are in the conditioned life, we are actually diseased. In order to get out of that diseased condition and the cycle of this birth and death, holy name is the only shelter. Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalam Nastaiva, Nastaiva, Nastaiva Gatiranyatha. Hare Krishna.
Nice to start another audio. Talking. Very nice lecture and very nice lecture. Also the details about and those details I didn't know.
Yeah, I read those from Krishna Dharma Prabhu's Mahabharata, little bit to get the background on how Ashwatthama became envious and his avengeful thoughts. And there was another story too, like where Krishna reminds Pandavas that once Ashwatthama goes to Krishna asking for his Sudarshana Chakra. And Krishna says, and Ashwatthama also offers him, saying that he can take his Brahmastra in return, in exchange. And Krishna says, okay, he smiles and says, okay, you can have my Sudarshan Chakra, it is by me, and I don't need anything in exchange. Ashwatthama proceeds to get the chakra, but he cannot even move it. And then Krishna smiles and he asks, now tell me, why do you really want my Sudarshan Chakra? And he answers that with the Sudarshan Chakra being the powerful weapon, I will fight against you and defeat you and become a powerful man. So such are his thoughts. He also wants to defeat Krishna.
Right.
So I gathered this from the book where and that's why he was just going in that direction and did so much harm without even thinking what is right and what is wrong. His intelligence, he was deluded completely. Thank you, Prabhu. I might have spoken many things incorrectly. Please correct me, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, please correct me and also add to it.
There's some realization.
Prabhuji, say something. Add to the story. Add about Ashwatthama or whatever, or Krishna.
So, Mataji, first, thank you so much for being with us. And in the devotional service, one of the very important how we are receiving. That's very important. Extremely because things are being received also, but in devotional service, when you receive something, and that being the recipient, what I could mean of the develop. Right? So Rama is a perfect example that although he had some degree of power, right? Was in power, and he had power, and he was born in this particular world. He is called as means. So all of that empowerment is there, but again, he is not a leader. And that's what happens in many Muslim circles also. That we are trying to look at some other solutions and not looking at what is really right. In this context, I'm just trying to meditate that whatever position, whatever power, whatever this thing has given to us, we should be very happy with that and we should try to use it in a very right way so that we live to the next step, the next step. And we are seeing here that we never know able to do that. We can learn how there is many messages like this. I just thought that I would say.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Very nice sharing. It is really important to utilize, like you said, all our skills in service to Krishna rather than thinking in a negative way, being ourselves as a center.
And then one more thing is that was something very important that devotee should not gossip. That I really liked. Like Rupa Goswami and our Goswami, they also emphasize a lot that we should not gossip, not criticize, not support somebody to see. Everybody is trying their best, they're trying to solve this and be realistic. That's that we are on. And how should that mean? That this is the person who was to conquer the battle, right? I mean, you can everybody. Actually, how do you ever see that? There's a common, there is a variant. All of them know. It depends on the other side. But really, there are a lot of, a lot of things can be learned. And this type of thing happens when we are not respecting the order. The instruction doesn't make any rules. Okay. Making obedience and living for the rules of the industry. That's the whole thing. Says rules are the
I would like to also, I was remembering from Nectar of Instructions, same on the level of the gossip, right? One of the 6 things that we shouldn't be doing is talking on the mundane public matters. Vinashati, right? Not even talking about the mundane subject matter, right? Gossiping is like a far away thing, which we shouldn't be doing at all, right? I mean, we shouldn't be talking any mundane subject at all. And on top of that, gossip is something should be really far, far away from that. Yeah.
Thank you. Nice. Because the confidence is very attractive. He things attracts us about just growing glorified and to hear about others being glorified. These are the two things we are very interested in. Very, very careful on both. When we hear praise of ourselves too much, it's dangerous. When we hear criticism of others, that giving aspect. So my point I want to share is about Ashwatthama. For me, Ashwatthama is lesson that I feel that yes, we to change the right. We are very opinion, strong, and not concern any authorities, for that matter, and that brought them down. So at times in emotional service, we have to be in a situation to give more be for good, for very purpose, opinion that we have on our ideas, our others, sense. It helps the society, it helps everyone, it helps. Times people will not agree, and we are sacrificing the ideas for a higher cause. That was missing in to understanding of why are they in the online. I can't now repeat really. Are you able to hear online? No one is saying it. So the second point of the issue, why is not wanting to accept the advisors or just considering others' opinion because of this reason I feel my limited understanding is that if he is more knowledgeable, born in a high class family, whose father is actually teacher of others, what more credit can he have? And a Christian. So therefore, we think that he is much more qualified to give advices or not to take this opinion because he's in that level. And we have this idea of a great family, Kula, that is Jati. And another one is if you think you're very knowledgeable, of the regions, etc. If you think you are a working man, or the biggest problem that may pull us down is Krishna consciousness.
They're proud. Is that what it
It's
is?
not part of, yeah, it's not part of what I'm saying. So that thing should be not the practice of devotional service. We have to get by our knowledge, by clarity, by our services, etc. And start seeing others for them, others. And we going to impact not only 100%, everyone. I think I must mistake. But it's not as a group work in that sense or a negative sense. My take from
Much Guruji. Yeah, Prabhu. Mataji is asking if you can summarize. Not able to hear what Ramacharya Prabhu is telling. And can you summarize what Ramacharya Prabhu is saying? Can't hear clearly.
One of you summarizing will confirm that you
Summarize that. I'll summarize it.
So Ramacharya Prabhu was talking about yesterday's in the Java group. Lal Prabhuji has posted something about gossiping. How gossiping is brings us down in our devotional service and in our devotion to the Lord, and how it is not a good thing to do, which is disturbing to everyone as well as themselves. And Prabhu was also talking about be respectful to the advanced devotee and
To every devotee.
to all the devotees and
Align with Guru Shastra.
and align with the Guru Shastra and Sadhu. Is that okay, Mataji? Any other questions online? Prabhuji is here, so you can ask anything and they should be able to
Mataji,
answer your questions.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hello.
You can talk, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. What was just
Yeah.
wanted to understand what Lal Prabhu was telling. Prabhu. Lal Prabhu was telling.
We can't hear
After-
you. Speaker on, Prabhu. Here.
Yeah. So, he's asking, he also didn't hear what he said.
Huh?
He also didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, Prabhu. So,
We would.
How to repeat?
Can you talk, Prabhu? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, can you talk once again?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Prabhu, we can't hear you.
His
Okay,
voice is very feeble.
Mm.
Hare
Maybe
Krishna,
you
Prabhu.
can write your question, Prabhu, in the chat,
sure,
and I
Mataji.
can speak that question out here. Why was Kripacharya accompanying Ashwathama?
When they were going to
So a specific question is that Arun Prabhu, are you asking that why Kripacharya accompanied Ashwathama when going to Pandava camp? Is that your question?
Yes,
For such
Mataji.
a heinous act? Yeah, to my understanding, what I understood, and then I'll ask everyone here. So what I understood is Kripacharya was duty bound. Ashwathama was the commander in chief, and in the battle, they are meant to follow the instructions of the commander in chief. That's why. And they were standing on the side of Kauravas from the beginning. And I don't think it's because of the relation. Kripacharya is uncle of Ashwathama, Kripi's brother. Ashwathama is a nephew of Kripacharya. I don't think relation was the thing, but I think it was duty bound. Prabhuji, can you please add to Arun Prabhu?
I can't see.
Okay. Lal Prabhuji is saying
Everyone's
same category like Bhishma, Dronacharya, and everyone on the side of Kauravas. And everyone, Prabhuji.
The chat it says what Lal Prabhu says.
Said could not hear.
That is, you have to be hearing again what it is. Kripacharya, why Kripacharya was accompanying Ashwathama and that type of act. So she answered, I think I can't think of it. You said because what was the answer?
The duty bound.
Duty.
Yes, Prabhu, that is the answer that we can think of from this side. And many of them are saying, Prabhu, that they couldn't hear you. So yes, Prabhu, maybe you can come here.
Some of you already heard, may get bored, can leave if you want to, other services. So can you all hear me now?
Yes,
They
Prabhu.
Can you
We
say
can.
yes?
you also, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes? They're telling yes? I'll stop this one. They can hear, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. We can hear.
Okay, good. So what I was just trying to say is about Ashwatthama, the lesson I feel that I personally learned from all the series of discussion happening on Ashwatthama is this, that not wanting to change one's own opinion, because Ashwatthama did get good advices from quite a few people, but then he was not in a position or not wanting to accept others' opinion or even to consider others' opinion. I was driving from that fact that even in our devotional service, many times we get into the mood of what I say is correct, what I do is correct, and my opinions are perfect. Everyone else have to come to my standard. Everyone has to raise up to come to my standard. What they are doing is wrong. They have to learn more. They don't know much, etc., etc. This is the opinion that it just spoils the whole mood as a community to grow. Rather, at times we have to give up our personal opinion for the higher cause, even though it may sound the best. But when it comes to as a collective, as a community together, then we have to go with what will benefit as a whole. I'll go with opinion, that suggestion, that advices, that instruction. So if we all can work towards that, to sacrifice so-called our best opinions at times for the higher cause, then that would be the best way that we all can progress over here in St. Louis or anywhere for that matter. In case of Ashwatthama, the reason that he was not able to accept others' advice and opinion is just because of this, again, my driving of Ashwatthama's lifestyle is that because he thought that he is much in a higher position, in better position than anyone else who's giving advices to him. Because he was son of Drona, what great can one be than being born to Dronacharya? Dronacharya is not an ordinary person. So he's son of Dronacharya, who was a teacher for everyone else. So why you are teaching me or giving me advice when I'm myself a son of Dronacharya, who's your guru? Right? So that is the problem that he had, that his birth blocked him to take opinions and ideas and things from others. And also he thought he's much more skilled than anyone else. He has a personal association of Dronacharya, personally trained him. Sometimes we have this mentality within our institution that I am direct servant of so-and-so. Therefore, if you're direct servant of so-and-so, you serve certain Maharajas, you serve Prabhupada, then for them to take any advices from who's younger, it's going to be difficult because that blocks them. But the thing is that then how do we call ourselves as servant of servant of servant? When the advices are given even by a new person coming to Krishna consciousness, if the advice is good advice, we just take it. We take it. Except we acknowledge those advices, whether we do it or not. But in case of Ashwatthama, the pride of being born to Dronacharya, the birth as a Brahmana, as a great warrior, these things are the things which has taught him to take others, consider others' opinion, others' ideas. So in our Krishna consciousness, when we are puffed up with knowledge, when we are puffed up with our jati or I'm born to a devotee, I'm a devotee son, but you are all just coming now, and I'm a Brahmana by birth, you're all Sudras, and these things, and also when we think about the wealth, I'm more wealthier than you. And the last thing which less people consider is about their appearance, their beauty. Look at me, I'm so attractive to captivate hearts of others by my presence. Whereas look at this person, dirty dhoti and uncombed hair and etc. Right? We may start thinking those things. These are the things that's going to really stop us and block us to accept good advices and opinions. And this is what I derive from Ashwatthama life that I thought I'd share. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Is it clear now? Heard now?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you.
Prabhu, one
And
on
one more question someone is asking. I can't even hear. Yeah, I can't even hear what they're speaking.
Yes, Prabhu, tell me. Hello? Tell me.
hello.
Repeat the question, Prabhu.
Prabhu, on the Kripacharya's question, right? Like it was adharmic to go in the night to kill the Pandavas, right? So that was even not even dharma, right? For following the path of dharma.
Many
To
things that's done here is when we compare to Ramayana and Mahabharata, Ramayana is full-fledged, went under 7 days, 7 night fight. In Mahabharata, it is only a fight on 18 days during daytime. But even though they followed this 18 days fight as per the Kshatriya Dharma, but then they also failed at times. Both the parties, even Pandavas, did something against Dharma. And then Kauravas, well known, they've done many things against Dharma. But then keeping that as the base, Pandavas also did something against. The ideal example is where Karna has been shot. Right? One should not be shooting arrow when someone doesn't have any weapons. But then Krishna advised him to go ahead and do it. Right? So in this case, Mahabharata, there are exceptional cases. Both the parties did go against the rule of the Kshatriya Dharma. So there are always exceptions. But Pandavas did just because of Kauravas failed to do to make them understand the reality. Okay, Arun?
sure, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. I think it's 8:56. We can conclude. Once again, thank you to Tayasina Mata Jari. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.